Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is David, Second Year Make Comic. All right, gonna do another segment of five comic book you should have in your collection segment. I'm not pumping or dumping. I'm not a seller. I'm just a mere collector. As I know, I'm gonna show you five books that is very attainable. It's not cheap. It's not a $5 or $10 book. Or well, there's few that is not expensive, but it's not that will break your bank. But also something that you want to have before it could go up in price again. You might disagree. This is just my opinion. So you can call it speculating. You might want to call it upgrading your collection, or maybe something that you have, or I don't know, something to discuss. But this is something that I think, in my opinion, that is books that you should have in your collection. All right, regardless what the grade is. So I gathered five books to show you that I have in my collection, and along with that, I went with a secondary market, which happens to be eBay, which happens to be the largest comic book shop online, which you can obtain them for premium or you can get them at cheap. Regardless, you can go to LCS, check your back bin, go to the con, make a deal with the retailer and see what kind of deal you can get. But definitely, if you don't have this book, you will be wanna on a lookout for it. All right. So start off with first one is Ultimate Spider-Man #1. All right, there is a KB writ print. I think there's a trade for this. There's also direct. There's a I think there's a second print, third print. There's but the thing you want to focus on is the first print of Ultimate Spider-Man #1, which is one of the longest tandem of writer and artist, which Michael Bendis is a story writer, did a great job on this, and the artist happens to be Mark Bagley. All right. Some of the cover has done by Joe Quesada, but definitely something that you want to look into or grab it up cheap. Well, the last time I checked for this one here was first print that was selling for average of $45 plus shipping. So you want is like I said, it's not cheap, but something that is attainable instead of spending hundreds of dollars on a new release that especially on those whatnot foil exclusive or 24th anniversary. All right. Spend the money how you like, collect what you want, but something about it, I don't know. We can discuss about this, but for $45 for a key issue like this on a first Ultimate title, right? That came out in 2000. There's also one out of 100 of these that you want to take a look at as well. But anyway, going back, check your local comic shop or get a high grade or whatever grade you can get to upgrade. And this definitely has gone up in price. This was average about what 2025. Now it's 40-45 within the past what 2 years, from my understanding. So it definitely has gone up. So, like I said, if there's something that you just want to read, or it's just something to have, or if it's a monetary value, definitely this is something that I would recommend adding it to your PC. All right, Spider-Man #1. Second book is a character that has many great covers done by Adi Grano. Um, I think the recent one was from J. Scott Campbell. It's a character that I not I don't know. I'm just gonna show you. New Mutant issue #14. All right. This is the newsstand. There's also direct. So regardless what it is, the direct, I just saw the direct, the New Mutant 14. I got a cheat sheet down here. That's I'm looking down. So from $14 to $20, $14 to $20 on one of the characters that has such a lot of meat on the bone, and you know the mutants are coming to MCU. You know that. magic has a somewhat type of a anime manga style with a huge sword. Of course, the movie done by Fox, The Mutants, did no justice to that character magic, but you can see the potential of that character being such a great character to have. Is not one of the best covers, but it does have magic. First appearance of magic in New Mutants 14 for 14 to 20 bucks. If I can find a decent copy for that price, I'll pick it up every day. I was almost cussed on that one. Every day. Every day. A character that you would want to have in your collection. If you don't, 14 to 20 bucks on a direct edition is not a bad deal. For especially for a character that has such a great background, along with the appeal of a manga anime characters. I don't know, just something about it. As for her, before she came magic, her first appearance happens to be Giant Size X-Men number one as a child. All right. I'm not gonna say her name because I'm probably gonna butcher it, but Magic. All right, for $14 to $20, it's not a bad freaking deal, man. Jeez, I was surprised. I might actually go online and probably pick up another copy, but that's something I need to debate on my own to see because I had told myself not buying any more comic books for a while. All right, this next one is not a cheap book, but there is an argument between like Hulk 180 to Hulk 181. All right. Forever People number one, full appearance of Darkseid. Okay. The cover story all done by Jack Kirby. Um, there's another one. There's a cameo appearance. I think that's Jimmy Olsen, Superman. I forgot what issue, but Darkseid's on a small little background on a TV. Happens to be, well, I think to me, great cover by Neil Adam. But if you like the full, if you like Hulk 181, you're probably gonna like this Forever People number one. All right, full appearance of Darkseid, and as you know, DC is probably gonna do more story about Darkseid. So I don't know. This one here on a very fine to limit minus selling for 90 to 120. Like I say, it's not a cheap book, but if you want to get it, this is something that I would recommend adding to your collection for Dark Side. It's like a character like Thanos. You can never get rid of him. All right, it's a freaking huge character, a villain that you know is gonna stay forever. All right, so think of Darkseid as like a Thanos, not gonna go away. What they're gonna do is keep bringing him up here and there, and I know that DC is probably gonna do something within the storyline. They're probably gonna bring this back up. But like I said, you like cameo or what? For me, I prefer Jack Kirby first issue, first full appearance instead of a small little TV background panel, last panel actually on Jimmy Olsen Superman. I forgot what issue, covered down by Neil Adam. It's a great cover, right? I think it's a cover that Superman is being taken away by goons or something. Like I said, I should have done more research before I done this video, but I just want to focus on the book that I am showing. All right, the next book is ASM 265, first appearance of Silver Sable. All right, there's a rumor that is going around that Silver Sable or Sony is trying to make a movie. I don't know. When it comes to Sony and their movie, a standalone without Spider-Man in the movie, I don't know. To me, it's a wash. Just sell the damn IPO or whatever to Marvel already or to Disney and have them do a better job of making a better story or better than what it is right now. Okay, especially the Venom, Madam Web, Craven, Morbius. I mean, all this movie really, really, really sucked. And I think the only Spider-Man that is actually in the MCU. Go figure, huh? Anyway, f- this book direct. There's also a newsstand of this, but direct actually sold for $15 to $25 on a character. It's not a A. Probably she's a C character, C grade character, not a B. Probably a C. But it's a character that you will want to have in your collection. Why not, man? Why not? Um, 15 to 25 compared to New Mutant number 14, which is go from 14 to 20. If I have to kind of flip the coin on it, I will get the magic more. I will spend on that $15 to $20 more on the magic and then the silver sable. But if you have one of the other, why not trying to get both? All right. Or one or the other. All right. The last book is has no significance when it comes to first appearances. All right. But this is a very iconic cover. I probably show this. You probably will know that this happens to be my very favorite cover of all time when come because I'm a Spider-Man guy. As you can see, I have a Spider-Man right there. Yeah, thumbs up. All right. So let's with that said, it is Spider-Man 1 McFarlane cover, interior story, everything done by Todd Father, Todd McFarlane. There's a many version of this. All right, there's a green direct, silver. There's a gold. There's a gold second print, which happens to be you can only probably could get it at Walmart with the newsstand. And there's a poly bag of this in green, direct and newsstand. There's a silver with no. There's a silver poly bag, but there's no price on it. And there's I don't know if gold ever had a poly. There's also platinum, which was one per retailer, one per LCS, and there's also a chromium cover. So there's a lot. There is a lot, and billions of this was printed. But guess what? It's a book you would want to have in your collection. If you're a comic book collector, cover or Todd McFarlane, the storyline, it was all right. But the interior art, the cover art was just banging. Todd McFarlane during that 90s, he killed it. He killed it. The splash pages on this, the way he drew Spider-Man on the impossible poses that he could have done with the spaghetti webbing that he introduced in the late 80s and when he first drew AS Spider-Man in ASM 298, first appearance of Brock. The next one is Venom. The next one is the iconic cover of ASM 300. I mean, I can go on. But this one here is $15 to $30. 15 to 30. I will spend probably about $15 to $20. But like I said, you could probably get a deal on a con or something because, like I said, there's lots of out there. So these are the 5 books that you should have in your collection to upgrade or to get it cheap or I don't know. Just to me, just loving having this first appearance or even iconic cover in your collection. All right. The one that I'm really surprised was this one here. New Mutant 14. 14 to $20 on a Magic first appearance. People can say that probably is not a first appearance, but the market has decided New Mutant 14 is her first appearance. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this content. If you don't, if you might disagree with what I've said, or you might thinking, what is he doing? Is he pumping and dumping? No, no, no. Sick and Near Me comic don't do pumping and dumping here. All I just want to show you is a great key books to have in your collection in this segment. There's also going to be a hard to find comic book that you want to find to flip, along with that with some live stream and some great cover books that I'm going to be going because that's what I do. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this content. And if this is your first time into my channel, please subscribe, and comment and like this video. So until next time, guys, shoot.